ITV, certainly the best.
Top on the list of the initiates was the eldest son of the Esama of Benin and former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakare Igbenedion. 11 of his siblings, namely Bright Ayamekwe Igbenedion, Honorable Charles Osemwike Igbenedion, Peter Osawari Igbenedion, Dr. Fred Osamui Igbenedion, Barrister Mike Osarene Igbenedion, Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Upuma Enes Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, Agbon Steve Igbenedion, as well as the Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Ugbeide Nwonse. It was a vital aspect of Okada community's cultural heritage, which emphasized the significance of age, responsibility, and community service. Over 50 notable sons of Okada were also initiated. According to tradition and customs, those initiated, dressed in white traditional attire, were made to undergo some rituals, while the Odionwe pronounces blessings on them and assisted them to take a seat with the elders.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living.
What is
the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, Do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about
what I said. So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
now, if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
people barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something.
Party.
You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see when they are dressing them up or dragging on both sides, you cannot breathe. And these women will stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels, and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.
Certainly the best.
Welcome to Market Survey, your weekly window into the cost of everyday goods that shape our daily lives. In recent times, the rising cost of food items has continued to affect homes and kitchens across the country. Today, we turn our attention to groundnut oil, a major cooking ingredient used in households, restaurants, and food businesses. Whether for frying, sauce making, or everyday meals, groundnut oil remains a staple in almost every kitchen. On this edition of Market Survey, we'll find out the current prices of groundnut oil, the reasons behind the changes, and how traders are coping with the new reality. So come with me, let's get to know the current prices.
How groundnut oil be for market now? The prices, how the overall price?
Okay, for now, groundnut oil dey okay for now, but we still want make the thing come down pass like this.
So how much na they carry jerry can? How much they measure?
Before we dey buy 42, but now at least the thing still good now. We dey buy 39, 38.
Okay.
So for now the thing dey less. So we want make it come down.
So how much na they measure? Like all this one bottle 5 liters. How much na
Okay, those bottles now we dey sell 2,1 before, but now we dey sell 1,900, 2,000. But we want make it come down.
Then all these 5 liters now.
Okay, as this one be now we dey sell level 5 to 12,000, but now we dey sell 10,000.
Okay, now you want me the price come down? Like how much if you say that if they sell now, this everybody will afford?
At least this one now go be 5,000. Go dey okay. Go be 5,000. Why that one now fit be 1,000 or 900? Go dey okay.
So but now the price don't come down small, boy.
It come down small, but it still dey high side.
Compared to the beginning of this year and now, how much I tell they sell buy am before the gallon?
No, before now, the early this year, it dey pass like this. But everything dey okay now, even rice. But we want make it come down so that everybody will feel the buy.
So now even people wey come dey buy, customer wey come dey buy, they still dey complain say it's still dey on the high side. Even now
They say they complain. You know, say we human being, even if this one enter 1,000, they will still want make it come down. But at least we want make it come down. Even we where they go market, they go buy, so that we will feel see they buy.
So the season now we dey for groundnut oil, as we dey like.
Not be the season, sha, but the thing dey okay. You know, say this Christmas period, it dey there, but now the thing come down. So we just thank God.
So but this Christmas period, so compared to last Christmas period, difference?
Big difference. Yeah. Big difference. The thing come down.
So like how much did you take come off for money when I take the seller?
A big go. As of last year, I think we dey sell that bottle 2,2. But now at least we even sell 1,800 and we still make am. So the thing come down.
The price is balanced. I can see everything come down a bit.
So how much na fit dey carry groundnut oil before for gallon?
Before we dey carry 52, 53. Very soon it enter 40, 49 and some change. But as right now we are buying that is 47, 700.
Now to the buy.
Of course.
So how much I say they measure for different bottles?
We are selling 200 by 2,000 by bottle 1.8.
The bottle 1.8 last.
Of course.
So how much I think they sell that bottle before?
The time we dey buy 52, 50 something, we dey sell that bottle 22, 23. As of now, since the price don come down a bit, we still reduce the price.
So now the season of groundnut will dey so like this?
Of course, every festival period, groundnut oil must follow.
So during this season, it's supposed to come down?
Maybe before December, if it come down.
But no. Money I say they buy am before and now, how much you say don top am, you don reduce am?
Well, just a little bit, about 1,000 plus.
Okay, the price is where it dey now. Now a very fair price, or you fit say they fit still reduce the price?
I believe in God. There is nothing God cannot do. To me, I feel say they will reduce the price.
So they won't reduce the price. Like how much if you say they sell gallon and measuring bottles?
Depends. For example, now if they schedule the price, say for example, is a gallon is 35,000. We marketing will be selling at least 1.5, 1.4. It reduce from 2,000 to 1.5. Is that not reduced?
But now customers wey come dey buy, they see they complain say the price still dey high.
Of course, none of them is complaining.
This one is 2,000. Why this bigger one is 4,000? Okay. That is how we are selling it now.
How much did they sell them before?
Before we sell it 2,244 before, okay. But now 2,000, 4,000.
Okay. So no smaller one for this one?
Yes, we have smaller one, but I don't have that one now.
Okay.
Let me say it's probably like this.
Yes.
We sell it 1,000. Okay. Why this red oil is 900? Then the full can of it is 1,800.
So the 4 liters, 5 liters, how much they sell them?
This is Kings. From now to 6 months time, it will be like this. It will not sleep.
Okay.
So I'm selling it 13,500. Okay. Like before, we always buy that time 46,500, 45,500. But now it dropped a little.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So now you feel saying that the season of groundnut with this?
Yes, now because this is the season of Christmas. Sometimes like last year, it is higher than this. But this year, due to how things, the commodity is very high. But by surprisingly now, things is getting down gradually. That is why the groundnut dropped more than the higher price of last year. Do you understand? So, so let me just say it like this. Things in the market drop a little than how it is before. In this previous time now, let me say in this time, I don't know from now till on the first week, second week, I don't know how it will be. But as for now, it dropped a little.
So even with the price, say the thing don't drop. If you say the thing supposed to still drop past the way
it's supposed to drop because there is no money in the country now. It's supposed to drop more than how it is before. Because the money, our money now is no more value again. Do you understand? So we expect it to drop more than this.
Like now, if you want to say how much should people be buying it, how much now want they buy and now say if you want me to drop, finish.
At least, as for this Kings, the bigger can of it or the bigger jerrycan of it, which is about the 25 liter or 30 liter, at least supposed to be that kind 40,000 or 45. Do you understand? Or 35 at least. Poor man can be able to buy. Do you understand?
What about the bottles? Like how much? If you say they very fair to sell them?
It's supposed to be at least 1.5 or 1.2. At least it will be better. Do you understand? Because everybody cannot afford this 2,000 naira. When some people will come, they will say, "Madam, do you have smaller of it? Do you have chassis bottle? Do you have half bottle?" So I don't. When they come, I will say, "No, I don't have it." So when the person will stand, he say, "I don't have the money. Okay, let me go." Then the person will left.
For now, the guarantor don't still drop small. You don't still drop small.
How much na person dey carry jerrycan?
Jerrycan before na 46 wey they buy now. Before, but then na 39. Now na 39. Before na 46. Yes.
How you measure the guarantor?
Can na 2,000. For the can.
What about the small bottle Chelsea?
The small one Chelsea 500. Before they sell 700. And the other one 1,000. The small can. Now be the price. This season, they ship this season. Especially if we enter December, they go enter they come down well.
So from the beginning of this year, how much na person dey sell?
Beginning of this year, we dey sell 2.5 for this bottle. Yes, we dey sell 2.5. So you can see come down to 2.2, but now na 2,000.
So how much na you carry? What is 4 liters?
4 liter 12,000 for 4 liter. Now, yes.
What did I carry before?
Before you go the year 18 for 4 liter.
So that means I don't really come down.
Yeah, don't come down, yes.
So now it doesn't come down again. Customers they see the current, see the tea still on the high side.
Make them see drop am. Make them see bring the price come down.
As we've heard from sellers, groundnut oil continue to play a major role in household cooking, but its rising cost is making many families adjust their spendings and consumption habits. Traders are also facing challenges from high transport costs to unstable supply. Still, many remain hopeful that prices will become more stable in the coming weeks, making groundnut oil more affordable for homes and businesses.
So we've come to the end of today's edition on Market Survey, and we looked at the prices of groundnut oil to know if the prices have increased or if they've reduced. But overall, it shows that the prices is now fair in the market as opposed to how it was being sold before. And that's it on today's edition of Market Survey. I am Stephanie Notoriuwa. Thank you so much for staying tuned.
Certainly the best.
is an Egbete community situated in Isako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. It is an agrarian community with united people that promotes unity and oneness for peaceful coexistence. The inhabitants of the community migrated from Benin, the cradle of black civilization, a kingdom where king is truly king. The ancestors of an Egbete saw that age was the main determinant of leadership in the rural setting, and the eldest man in the settlement was regarded as the leader who presided over meetings, and his authority is held in high esteem. To further strengthen this unique system of leadership, age group evolved in an Egbete. In an Egbete, age group is categorized into two, that is, the common and the noble. An Egbete is rich in cultural heritage, as the community at noon saw the commitment of the festival with the first set rolled out in beauty colors to showcase their might and strength, indicating their feet and ready for the responsibilities behold on them. The streets in the community with a feed up of young men and women adorned with the festival. Later, the royal family takes the stage as their children fight out royally and work in the community to showcase their might and fitness.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about
what I said.
So
So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
People barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something.
Party.
You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them up or dragging on both sides, you cannot you cannot breathe.
Oh,
And
wow.
these women will stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.
ITV, certainly the best. Baba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Sotun rites of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Emotan Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Emotan Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, beside Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best.
Certainly the best.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. So today on Viewpoint, let's talk about the insecurity that has been affecting Nigeria as a country and how it affects our economy, our agricultural sector, and most importantly, our means of livelihood.
Security is the most important element if you are talking about whether state development or national development. No investment can thrive when there is no guaranteed security. And I don't think any economy can grow. I don't think any country can do well if the security architecture of that country is not such that it's able to arrest things that will make investors scared to put their investments in that very environment. And then on the issue of Donald Trump, some people say it's threatening Nigeria, but I don't think it's threatening Nigeria. The issues raised that led to Donald Trump and the Secretary of War of the United States wanting to come to Nigeria, those issues, are they real? Those are the questions to ask. The killings, are they real? Is there massacre of people, whether Christians or non-Christians? I don't believe that the people that are doing it, that they are Muslims, because I do know that Islam does not encourage killings. So for them to think that they are on some mission for God in quotes and nobody has been able to stop them. We have a country where the security agencies have not been able to curb these things for so many years. 8 years of Buhari is gone. We are post 2 years now talking about arbitration. That's 10 years. And in a country like Nigeria, you still see where they will show you on video where people are being killed and buried. The question when some people talk, the question I always ask them is it because those that are affected are not directly related to it? So I think that the American government, coming out to say that if Nigeria cannot solve it, they want to come and solve it. I think it's a wake-up call on one, the president who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, who is the chief security officer of Nigeria, to either do the needful and let every Nigerian feel protected within our country.
As of today, obviously insecurity has become a thing of concern for every Nigerian. And primarily from our own research, I personally have realized that the insecurity is given birth to by Nigerians themselves, in line with the high rate of corruption in the system. Insecurity can only reduce when the corruption level is reduced. The primary cause of insecurity in our society is lack of consequences to crime. So if there are consequences, as we all know, the Nigerians are very good in abiding to laws when there is consequences to the crime they commit. So the Nigerians are are very good in taking advantage of loopholes when there is no consequences to their crime. If you pay attention to Nigerians that are in diaspora today, you realize that 80% of them are very law-abiding over there. The primary reason for that is because in the Western world, the consequences to crime is not negotiable. So, but coming back home today, we all have seen it, taking a negative toll on our society, and we all are, affected by it in one way or the other. Talking about foreign intervention to Nigeria, we all, I wouldn't say we all know, but for me, it is obviously clear that this was expected at a point. It's in two ways. One way is because of the applications of the current federal government, the steps they are taking to boycott American. The country we are living in right now is a one-party system. And obviously, it's not healthy for the country. We see governors, everybody moving to APC today. So Nigeria is in the state of in the state of surgery. So we need a surgery at this point because a society that does not have a competitor is as good as doomed.
What Abai will say right now is concerning the herdsmen that come to our community here. Those are real cow. They normally come with their cow to eat people cross here in my community here. They used to come with their cow. Instead of them to move along the road so that their cow will not eat grass from the road, they will take those cows to the people's farm in community. They will be eating their cross. Some will have cassava, some will have yam. Those cows will not destroy those cross in their farm. Many occasions, those people, they will come to me, started explaining what is going on in their farm concerning the herdsmen with their cow. We don't want such a thing from the community. The way they are damaging people crossing here in community is very bad. Also, in our secondary school in Umtekon here is very bad. There is no window in those schools, no door. There are some iron shed that those children are using to sit in the school. Some boys, we don't know them, they will go there, destroy those shed, pack those iron and bend it, fold it and take it to somewhere they will go and sell those iron. It's the iron that they are taking from the shed. They will remove the wool that the children will use supposed to write in school. Then we remove those one away from the shed. Then we fold the iron, take it away to go and sell it to wherever they want to sell it. We doesn't want such a thing in community. We are still pleading, we are begging so that they can also support us. It's supposed the school is well available for us. The school is well built. Those windows have been fixed. Those doors have been fixed. By the time those door or window are being locked, I believe that they can never go there and be stealing those iron share in school.
First and foremost, let me start with how it affects our livelihood. You will discover that when farmers can no longer access their farms, they can no longer cultivate crops, you find out that there is food shortage and there is food insecurity. People will be hungry and the few crops or agricultural products, the price will skyrocket, which will result in inflation. And if the prices of foodstuff increase, every other thing will increase to catch up with the prices of foodstuff. You'll find out that when there is insecurity, people can no longer travel. You find out that you see situations where buses are stopped and everybody is kidnapped. How will people do interstate and intercity economic matters or businesses? You find out that everyone is holed up in his own state or in his own city without being able to do cross-country businesses. And again, you find out that foreign investments run away from countries or places where there's insecurity. When there's insecurity or fear of the unknown, money flies away. People start taking out their finances, their investments, and running away from that country. That is the problem Nigeria is facing, and it is not good for our economic development. And if need be, what stops us from asking for help? If your house is on fire and only you cannot quench the fire, will you not call in neighbors to help? I have spoken against his rhetoric before, but we should look beyond how he speaks. We all know Donald Trump, he will always be Trump. But we must look beyond that and see how we can be helped. Now, Donald Trump seems to have the list of people who are behind this mess that we are in. And so everyone is jittery. But Nigeria needs help. And if help is coming, we should accept it so that these bandits, these headsmen can be driven away. We must not play politics with our security. If we need help, we should accept help.
Insecurity in Nigeria ranges between banditry, insurgency, kidnapping, and of course, these ethnic clashes. We cannot rule that one out. Also, the farmer headers herdsmen clashes, we can also rule it out. And the fact remains that this has been so predominant in the north and southeast of Nigeria. And I think of recent, we started experiencing kidnapping in the south. Before now, at the advent of the democratic system in this era, there was this militants in the south. But I think at the moment, what we are experiencing now, one can only say that there is other hidden agenda which is not visible to the understanding of the natural man, because we discovered that in the north, a lot of religious crisis, so to say, because we see the Christians are being killed almost on daily basis, churches are burnt, and of recent, the United States of America alerted us that there is, of course, genocide, the massacre of the Christians in Nigeria, of which we are not ignorant of that fact, because it has been always on the news. In Benue, in Plateau, of course, Nasarawa, Borno, Adamawa, where the Christian Association of Nigeria chairman of that state was also killed. I think as it stands, the effect is so devastating. For example, you are going to discover that especially in the northern region, there's going to be restriction of movements, transportation. Of course, also in the south, because you cannot move so freely, because fear of being kidnapped is there, and this herdsmen issue, because like in our community of recent, we saw some of these people also creating some problem, resulting in killings, and of course, those things are likely to have adverse effects on our economy and, of course, in the movement of citizens.
Insecurity is affecting our culture, is affecting food production, short of food, short of yams. At the same time, years back, we see yams everywhere, plantains everywhere, and all that. So, if I may say, but Nigeria is a nation, country, and we also have stake. But since our government are proving the otherwise, what do you expect us to do? Everywhere insecurity. Benin City, where we are, those insecurity, Fulani X-Men everywhere, Nitiala and all those terrorism and all that. Not until they browned these bandits as terrorists, I think they won't do anything about it. And to a large extent, they're being funded by powers on high. At this point, Nigerians are helpless, and that's the gospel truth. We're helpless. The nation is on the standstill, nothing is working. Nothing at all is working. And so, if now our president is beginning to wake up and ask for assembly, it's the right call towards the right direction. They should wake up and do something. Because for too long, I think some persons are making profit out of this banditry and whatever is going on, this so-called Boko Haram and all that. How can you have in a nation, in a country that we are Nigeria, our nation, we have no other country, whether we travel to America, wherever, we're still Nigerians. Just imagine in this same nation we have Sharia law. Does it make any sense? I will say we want Nigeria. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if we are Nigerians anymore. I don't know the right word to say. And I think the Northerners, it's high time they wake up to know we are Nigerians. We are one Nigeria, one nation. Nigeria is not for me alone, it's not for the North, it's not for the Igbos, it's not for the Yoruba, it's not for the Edos, it's not for the Shekiri or Jaws or whatever. It's for everybody. And when we wake up to that responsibility, I think and I believe Nigeria will go forward.
The security of life and property and the welfare of the citizenry is the primary obligation, the duty of the government as enshrined in our Constitution, particularly under Chapter 2, precisely Section 14, Subsection 2B, where it says that the government's primary responsibility shall be to provide welfare of the citizens and security of lives and property. And that, be that as it may, it seems that our security issue has lingered for such a long time, that it begins to give some inferences, that people are beginning to infer that there's more to it. There are people who are cashing out on this, our insecurity, which shows that it's being politicized. There's more to it. Because in my own honest view, I feel that whatever challenge you have in this insecurity can squarely be handled and tackled by the government, except that they are having some cold feet, probably because of some of their interests or inordinate benefits they are getting from it. Otherwise, if they are set to tackle insecurity, who are these insurgents that you cannot suppress? But because there are political motives, there are selfish, objectives, there are people who are making it here and there. I mean, insecurity or kidnapping and banditry have come in the realms of billions now. They now ask people for ransom in billions, in hundreds of millions. So it has become very profitable to indulge in. So people have been encouraged to get into it because government has provided a veritable ground for it to fester. So now, I think that since Nigeria is a sovereign nation, foreign intervention cannot happen. America cannot invade Nigeria without incurring the wrath of the international community. But as a sovereign nation, your internal affairs are to be managed and handled by you and not to another nation. But America being the number one world police of all the nations, you don't expect them to fold their hands and watch the gory scenes that are flowing out from Nigeria every day, where people are being beheaded recklessly and ruthlessly, where people's lives have been turned upside down, people have been maimed and brutalized, people have been chased away from their ancestral homes, and nothing is being done, despite the amount of budget, huge, humongous money they've been budgeted for fighting insecurity. It ends up in private courts. And the kind of, when you fight a war, that those who are fighting it are part of it, it becomes difficult to win. But most of the people fighting insurgency and insecurity are part of the problem. So that's why it becomes a problem. So I don't think that it is impossible for America to invade Nigeria. It has happened in the past.
I will blame the federal government and the state government, not only Edo State. It's no more news. We are aware how the bandit came into Nigeria. I would not want to dwell on it too much. It affects the community, even in the rural area. I have farmers that are every family on their own inside my farm. I have almost 50 laborers. Do you know if I didn't employ security people, that village would not have been going to farm at all. And yet we are not feeling the impact of either the state government or the federal government. This place is a bit fair. What of Benue and Plateau? The government should wake up.
For a very long time now, the issue of our insecurity, has been quite alarming. Yes, as a nation that is suffering insecurity, the economy of such a country is going to be stagnated. As a country is also seeking to grow our economy, it is also very important that investors from around the world are attracted to invest into the economy. And then let's also look at our citizens. If there's unrest regarding, if the liberty of the people is being threatened, there's no how people can go about their daily endeavors. Right now, it's also the present issue that farmers no longer go to their farms because of the issue of banditry, kidnapping, and all of that, which is a major problem in our current society. It is also to that effect that we as human rights activists within our own capacity are trying out to the government to ensure that the right security apparatus is being employed, and then that the government of the day is trying to focus more their energy is being channeled to address the issues of insecurity as the ultimate unrest in our nation. With no reasons to dispute that Nigeria currently is going through insecurity, like you rightly said. But then, as a president of a country which we believe should also be inclined to international law, we see it as a disrespect, to Nigeria as a sovereign state. Yes, before we engage, there are rules of engagement. If Nigeria as a sovereign nation is in one way or the other having a bilateral agreement or a diplomatic agreement with the U.S., inviting the U.S. government to intervene in our issue, then it will be a different case. And then the reasons why I, as a person, which I'm also entitled to my opinion, will not support that effort is because the United States, when it comes to military intervention, has a very poor record, because we've seen instances of countries where they intervene and such countries were left in ruin, and Libya is a forceful example in Africa.
Amid insecurity that is currently affecting Nigeria as a country and its citizens, with different reactions from our respondents, who also called on the federal government to do the needful to boost the security of lives and properties of citizens. They also reacted and made reference to the intervention statement made by the United States of America's President Donald Trump, calling it a welcome development, and it should also be something that should be welcomed by the country. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji.
Certainly the best.
The new Idiom expressed excitement as they danced and rejoiced before the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawori Benedion, who also joined in the dance. As visiting and paying of homage to various homes of senior elders continued, the initiates spent 7 days performing diverse kinds of rites as required by tradition. They were furnished with rules and regulations regarding their new office as Edion.
That I grew up in this community to the point that they have now also chosen me as an elder in this community. It's a thing of great joy. All thanks to the Esama of Benin, my people, my family, everybody, all Okada community for this great honor. I am very, very grateful.
Well, this is my brother. I'll call him my uncle because he grew up with my father. I'm so proud of him because we are doing the same rituals as the Edions of the Okada. It is our duty for us to make this place a greater place, for outsiders to come and see the goodness of God in Okada. And I'm proud of every one of us here. So shall it be to each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Odion ma Okada zima Esama zima dion Bona zima dion Obala zima dion Manawe Mari Owe Sama Dionena Nimado Pome Sama Nimado Beken Sama Emana Dio Warena Esama Magbekenene Osaba Obuyo Bitone Aba no get Tony Maga not Yami Magame Manido Bekene Dena Ima Yafe Ima Ato Ima Agmo Aropai Wudori Ima Dia Wogene all the Tiagboyano Emi Magame we need just to know me offer
in this summer in our father's house in respect of our initiation to elders Edion level. As tradition demands, we are here today to come and also pay our homage to him, to also for him to also pray for us for long life and prosperity.
The climax after 7 days was paying of homage again to the Odion way, where he gave the initiates the full rights to function and to henceforth participate in meetings with Edion. It will go down in the history and minds of Okada community, Ovia people, Edo State, and Nigeria in general. The ambience, style, and the colorful ceremony associated with the 2025 initiation into the Edion Council of former Governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakari Igbenedion, his brothers Bright Ayamekwe Igbenedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Igbenedion, Peter Osawori Igbenedion, Dr. Fred Osawuni Igbenedion, Barrister Mike Osayene Igbenedion, Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Ogbedio Nwonse, Honorable Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Ukponwa Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, as well as Agbong Steve Igbenedion, among other sons of Okada.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about...
what I said.
So
So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
now, if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
People barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something. You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them up or dragging on both sides, you cannot you cannot breathe.
That's what
And these
matters.
women will stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Now, the Ivory Tower is one of the most hallowed institutions in our society today. Now, whether you like it or not, it is one of those institutions that determine how the world views the society, because it's the highest level of education in every society. So, Nigeria is not left out. We have some very prestigious universities, polytechnics, and of course other higher institutions in this country. Now, one of the questions that run through the mind of the average Nigerian is, most of the products of these higher institutions, are they really worth it? Do they actually carry the image of the higher institutions? Okay, do our universities or our ivory towers dish out graduates based on merit or other factors? And that's basically one of the things we're going to be taking a look at today. My name is Harry Aigboje, and of course it's my pleasure to have you join me on this amazing episode of the show. It's Flipside on Independent Television, and today we're going to be having a very, very interesting, robust conversation. The topic of discourse today is upholding academic and moral standards in Nigeria's ivory tower. Upholding academic and moral standards in Nigeria's ivory tower. Now, it is no news that students are usually awarded for character and learning. Okay, so the question is this really true of most of our higher institutions today, most of our ivory towers today? And that's basically what we're asking today. And I've got two amazing gentlemen with me in the house to do justice to this. They are familiar faces. They've been there, done that. And it's an honor to have both of them on the show with me. To my far left is someone who happens to be a social impact commentator. He's also a public affairs analyst, and he goes by the name of Favor Sadze. Welcome on board, bro.
Good morning, or rather afternoon.
Welcome on board.
Thank you so much.
All right, and seated next to Favor is someone else who is also a social impact commentator. He's a public affairs analyst, and he happens to be in the academics. He goes by the name of Ebere Chukwudonze.
Good afternoon, yes.
It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's begin by examining some of the ills, that bedevil the ivory tower. Just like I said in opening, the ivory tower is one that is judged by both character and learning. Okay, so what are some of those ills, some of those, should I say, elements that are constituting a clog to the wheels of the progress of the ivory tower as far as, character and learning are concerned? Let me begin with you, Favor.
Okay, not so much, because I would say they stem around some certain concepts. And first will be the concept of sorting.
Sorting?
Yes, sorting.
I think I've heard that before, but I'm not too sure what it means.
Something has to go for something.
Okay, nothing goes for nothing.
Yes, nothing goes for nothing. When excellence is not awarded by merit, people buy their way through things and through the system. That's sorting. Okay. When you're doing the work and I'm playing off, and when it's time for us to have rewards, I get more reward even when I've done nothing.
More of the work. Okay, when you've done nothing.
Nothing, yes.
Okay.
As that system requires, you get, because still sorting is still doing something actually, but that's not the basic requirement or the legal requirement for excellence to be awarded. So
in other words, sorting is illegal.
Very illegal. Very illegal. You can. The system is not supposed to reward sorters. It's supposed to reward learners, right? It's an institution of learning, not an institution of sorting. So why do we have to now sort to get excellence?
So in the layman's language, it wouldn't be wrong to say sorting is buying grades, so to speak.
Or blocking.
Or blocking. The common word, blocking.
Okay, yes, I see you laughing, Ebere Chukwu. What's your take on this?
Well, the fact still remains that we are trying to get it right, but we've not actually gotten it right.
Okay.
And In recent times, I think I'm also aware that universities are trying to bring out policies that will discourage sorting or blocking. But this also is not just about the university, but the government has a role to play. Because if I'm comfortable, if I'm well-to-do, I'm not sure there's any amount of money you want to give me to make me, do the things that are not proper. Okay. So, but however, if for instance you are working in a place and your take home is convenient and comfortable enough to take care of your bills, you have savings and run your family without stress, I'm not sure somebody can just easily walk up to you and say, please, I need you to do me a favor, take this. Because the person first of all rates you to know if this guy really need this. So when the system is not making that happen, you now see that you now start seeing people compromising. Because it's not about if A is not willing to compromise, I'm not sure B want to sort.
Okay, so you're attributing it to economic factors.
Yeah, there are a lot of factors that we need to also be sincere. There are a lot of factors that must have actually led to that. But we are not saying it is justifiable.
Okay.
But however, what we are saying is that it is not, when it comes to a citadel of learning and the ivory tower of our institution, when it comes to ivory tower, those kind of characters are not supposed to be encouraged because you are awarded your certificate for character and learning. Okay. So, and sorting should not be part of the character of any student in a higher institution.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's a good way to kickstart. But this actually is a question on my mind right now, okay? Character and learning, moral and academic standards, are they intertwined? Or is it possible for them to stand alone? Can we take a look at one without, taking a look at the other? Favor.
I don't think so, because just like as it is said, in character and in learning, someone can be so learned, so much learned that when it comes to the relationship he has garnered with people, you want to rate it 0. So what becomes of the learning? Because, for example, the popular school that is around us here has their motto as knowledge for service. So in the spirit of servitude, what becomes of knowledge?
But there are people who are academically sound, right? As far as academics are concerned, they are top-notch. But, same can't be said of their character. So do you think that's a problem?
It is.
It is a problem, because
even though the ivory tower is primarily for academic purpose.
It is.
And learning.
Okay.
And when we now bring in the learning factor, like I asked, what becomes of your learning when it's time to serve? Because your learning is not for personal consumption only. It is for you to make value of yourself and the society at large. So you're supposed to serve the society. So in your daily activities, that where you meet with people, where you meet with other members of the society, how do you foster a relationship? Is the relationship healthy? I've met people who are very, very good, straight A's, and when it came to times when they had to interact with people, it was a chaos. You see all forms of toxicity, all forms of violence, and you'll be like, I thought you were supposed to be educated.
Have behavioral defects.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a factor. You cannot remove. I don't think we should at any point separate any of those.
Okay. Now, what steps do you think can be taken to address, the declining quality of teaching in our public institutions?
Well, thank you very much. I think there are a lot of steps that actually need to be taken to address the declining you said the declining what?
The declining quality of teaching in public universities.
Part of what needs to be done, if we have to address that, is that you don't just there's what they call training and retraining. I'm not sure we have much when it comes to that in our institution. Okay. They just believe that you are there. You are supposed to go and train yourself. You're supposed to develop yourself by yourself.
Learn on the job.
Learn on the job.
Okay.
There's supposed to be training and retraining. There's also supposed to be opportunity for you to have exchange programs, with other
when you say training and retraining, do you mean a system where lecturers, for example, have to be assessed?
Yes, of course. Because you're a lecturer does not mean that you can also undergo training on your own.
Okay.
As a lecturer, you're supposed to with time, you're supposed to be trained on the evolvement Let me use that word, because everything is evolving. The education system also evolving. The way education is today was not that it was 20 years ago. So the lecturers need to also be brought to speed to the recent trend with respect to the educational sector. So they need to be brought to speed. They need to be trained. They need to be appraised from time to time. Because like when you hear lecturers from Western world talk, I think there was a time, some of us while we were students, they felt very, very embarrassed, almost depressed, where when you assumed maybe a new section or a new level, some lecturer will be telling you, if you don't read, if you in the last, maybe the last section, most of them failed, you know, you shouldn't be bragging about the poor performance of your students. Rather, you should be bragging about the high performance of your students. To say, okay, for instance, like, hello guys, last section we had about 70% pass or high performer, but I feel it wasn't good enough. Guys, I'm going to do all I can to teach you guys this section. Let's see how we can beat that record. Let's see if we can get 90. Let's get 95.
We've seen cases where lecturers even amplify the failures of their
students. You understand? Not you telling me that you all failed. If you are telling us that your student failed, it means that you are not doing the right thing. It means something is missing somewhere. It means perhaps as you are teaching them, they are not actually understanding what you are teaching.
Blunt, it means you have failed.
Exactly. Yeah. So we need to see how we can start looking at it from two sides of the coin. You know, the flip side. We look at that. Okay, why are the students not performing? Then you should also, you know, sometimes another thing also feels that our lecturers sometimes are overburdened. We have to also be sincere with that. For instance, you're a course advisor of almost 200 or 300 students or 150 students, preparing everything that has to do with the student. Then you're also a lecturer who also goes to class to teach. Maybe perhaps you're taking 2 or 3 courses outside every other assignment that might be given to you. Now you see that your performance will not be very accurate. It will not be high, because you as a lecturer automatically, I feel you're already stressed. So we need to see how we can reduce this burden. If somebody is a course advisor, perhaps let's just say you're a course advisor for this section or for this particular category, everything that we want to make him not to be able to perform adequately in his job at that point in time should be taken away from him. Because course advisor oversee, the lecturer or the course advisor gets to know the student one-on-one, know whatever they are passing through, know how they can also call for either psychosocial support or whatever support, you know, counseling for this student, and get to know them and get to help them improve academically.
But
so now,
you're saying in a nutshell that the workload could be a
good. Of course. You also are aware that our universities are
understaffed. Yeah.
So these are some of the factors that need to also be considered if we must get it right. Take a look at some of the private universities. You hear that perhaps they have, let's just say, one lecturer taking a certain amount of courses, and perhaps instead of the lecturer to be doing the job of a course advisor, they employ somebody else who is an advisor. But in our own here, you will do the lecturing, you do the advisor, you do everything. You know, project supervisor, there's, you know, seminar supervisor, IT supervisor. The work becomes
a jack of all trades.
You get, so it's you wouldn't expect them to be at their very best, because they are already overdrained, they are already stressed.
That's right.
And I don't know if they even have time to go for leave because they're understaffed. So these are some of the things. The educational sector, we must get it right. Everybody has a role to play, but there must be an enabling environment for these lecturers
to perform.
All right. Without that, I'm sure that a lot of things.
All right, if you're just joining us, it is Flip Side on Independent Television, and we're taking a look at upholding academic and moral standards in Nigeria's ivory tower. We shall be going on this break. The program continues afterwards. Please stay tuned.
ITV, certainly the best.
The program is still Flipside on Independent Television, and we're taking a look at upholding moral and academic standards in Nigeria's ivory towers. Now, Favor, I would like us to examine some of these ills beyond the classroom, in the streets of, campuses. And I'm sure you already know what some of these ills are. Cultism, drug abuse, prostitution, and all whatnot. Despite the fact that these things happen outside the walls of the classroom, they invariably have an impact on the performance of the average student in the classroom. How so? Yes,
when you consider all of these, let's take a closer look to drug abuse. And well, drug abuse, if you look into the system of these people and their social life, you realize that most of the people who are into this practice of abusing drugs are the very social people, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying it is restricted to these people. Okay. But when you see parties being held, when you see social functions being held, events and weekends and all of those, that is when indulgence increase most times. So for some persons, I think they get to meet their first drug practice during these events. Okay. You go for an event and the drinks influence. Yes, the drinks are mixed with all sort of things, and they tell you just take it. You need to get high and all of these. And first time you get a knockoff. Second time it becomes normal. And third time you are wanting it. Fourth time you can't even live without it. And it goes on and on. And that's just one of the facets of all of what we are considering. Okay. Because drug is just one, and for this situation, you want to also see prostitution. You get most of the clubhouses in Benin City, as a case study, get their girls from the schools. Go to the okay, let me not call any institution now. Go to some institution of learning on a Friday evening from between 7, 8, and 9. You see buses, good buses, vehicles parked, being loaded by girls. Very good-looking girls from higher institutions. I'm saying in front of the higher institution. I'm not saying at the back, in the front. Sit down, look at what's happening. Where are they going to? Are they going for a vigil? No. But when all of this happens, and it is time for exams and tests, where will these people be? Where will these people be? So it affects their general academic performance. And when performance is already skewed or distorted, then will result to what? Sorting. Or sex for grades. So you see how it accumulates to a serious problem in this academic system of learning. Yeah. So if we don't, and I also want to blame again parents in some respect, because what would you say when, for example, a child writes post-TME, is waiting for the results, and the parents have already gone through all the offices in the university trying to look for who to talk to for soft landing. Yeah. Why not just wait? The system will always at some point reward merit first before anything. That is what we know, at least to a great standard, to a great extent. So why must the parent have to go through from one point to another? But that's just post-TME. Do you know in most of the SSC exams that it's copy and paste? Special centers everywhere. Special centers. So you see, the problem is coming back from home. From the roots. The roots. So when these people get into the system and they are frustrated or desperate, they remember, oh, there was a time my mom did this and did that. Maybe that might work again. That system is activated.
So it all boils down to cutting corners.
That's the general Nigerian problem. And I've said it here countless times before, and I'll say it again. This country, this state is a state that is pretending to be asleep. And you cannot wake someone who is pretending to be asleep.
the person can only wake up when
he wants to.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Favor. I see you were itching to respond to
yes, in addition to what he said, you know, outside, when you were just talking about every Friday, weekend, you know, dirty Fridays and all that, you know, sometimes we wonder, because even those who recruit these girls for parties are also students. They have their mamas now who comes to pick them.
The mother hen.
Say, oh, we have this, so you have to go and stuff like that. But it's so unfortunate that at the end of it, sometimes you also see that these persons that end up getting even good grades are those people who are serious in school. Because somebody somewhere can just put the call and say, what will it take? Okay, help us out, sort it out. The way you talk about sorting. But however, if I am comfortable and you know I am principled, you cannot call me, because if you do, I will not tell you, sorry, it's not within my power, I cannot do it. And I think I also like the way some institutions are also going now, because I feel what some institutions are doing now is that one person does not take some courses anymore. Okay. You get like 2, 3, 4, 5 persons taking one particular course. Yes. Division of labor. So if you trade this young man, you might not be able to infiltrate this next person. You might not be able to infiltrate this next person.
Might.
So, I know why I use the word might, because you can only speak
I guess
for...
because insinuating that it's still possible.
Very possible.
No, but I don't know. But however, as at that point in time,
okay,
and when you now know the cost of passing through 5 words for one course,
that will probably discourage
you. If you are passing through 5 words, this one say, okay, I have mine is 10%, but of course, even if 10%, you have to give me XYZ. All of them do that. You know you are supposed to do that for about 7 or 6 courses. I'm sure you want to sit up and say,
you end up asking yourself if it's worth it.
Then when we're in school, there's one thing I tell myself. When people are thinking about, me and my friends, we have a small team of us. We call just like a reading group. Even after we finished, we still became friends to sustain our part. What we do is that we'll just say, instead of you to look for money to go and block one course, use the money to buy food and eat very well, so that when you are reading, you'll be comfortable to read.
Exactly. But you know, that's your friends, right? Now I had friends too.
Okay.
In the room, in hostel, that said, in fact, these guys were hardly in the room. They were never in the room, but they had a bed space in the room. They also have spaces outside school, off campus. Do you know what he would always tell me? He said, you see that particular course, I'm not the bother myself. I'll go face work. Let me just be working. I will go to work. I'll gather the money. When time reach, I pay, I pass. But you see this or that too, I know this lecture, I know the collect too. I'll try read this one. If I get D or C, I'm okay.
Imagine such a level of confidence in the corrupt system.
No, it's not corruption, and this is strategy.
I know you are being sarcastic, but hey, we know what this is about. Like, how can you be so confident in the system?
Yeah, you are sure that.
But you know, and you know that people always say, who reads?
Nine pass. They know who read, not serious. Who pass?
No book.
That was the slogan they used to.
Till tomorrow, it is still there. Before I became a student of the higher institution, I heard it. Then I listened to it. I experienced it. I've left. I still hear it.
You saw it firsthand.
Yes. So why would I now be killing myself? You have to use strategy.
Okay. Now I still find that quite hilarious. But I would like to ask this, okay, because in all of this, the accusing finger has been pointing towards just one sector, okay, of the system, the students. Do the lecturers have a share of this blame?
Before we consider the lecturers, can I quickly say something that some 3 shows before this show that I was there with some other men, I can't remember their name. I said something before we left that the biggest problem in our society today is not the people only, it's poverty. And I said, majority of Nigerians are poor. So not until we address poverty.
Okay.
A lot of things will not work. Okay. Because like it is said, everybody has a price. Okay. Why some people's price are more than so. So if you cannot afford me, you can't buy me. Okay. But right now everybody is cheap.
Everyone is affordable.
Everybody is
as a result of poverty.
Poverty.
Okay.
So before we now consider the lecturer, the students are poor. That's why they will go to hustle their Friday night life or Saturday night life. The lecturers are also poor. That's why the proceeds from the Saturday night life, you have to give to us. So you are happy, I'm happy.
Okay, so let's see what exactly the lecturers do in all of this that makes them culpable.
Okay. One, they on their own have not done their bits. Now, what do I mean by this? How do you explain a situation where a lecturer that is supposed to take a block of a course, he knows that he has not sufficiently taught enough. He knows. Then when it's time
and
for...
some even, say that some of these lecturers do it on purpose. That they deliberately leave out certain, should I say, teachings, concepts and part of the curriculum just to starve the students. So that when it's time for examinations, these students come back to...
I think that is relative. I think that is relative.
It may be relative.
The reason why I say it's relative is that what's supposed to be the normal standard of the academic calendar. If, for instance, you are taking a course and the academic calendar says within 3 months and 2 weeks or 4 months, and the schedule for those courses will not be able to cover that academic calendar. That academic calendar is too short for that courses. You see that the lecturers will just want I think some lecturers might just want to brush over the surface or take as much as they can, then set the question with the area. But for some who might be lazy, I agree, some might be lazy. I still feel that those kind of, I think that is why they also introduced that 2, 3, 4, 5 persons taking some of this course.
Okay.
So that if the course is bulky, you just take this part, you're taking this part, this person is taking this part, this other person taking this part. Then before you know it, they're able to meet up.
Okay.
We agree that some of them might be lazy. We agree that some of them might, I'm not sure anybody, if you're a lecturer, I'm not sure you might want to punish anybody. I'm not sure. Except maybe you were wish hunt while you're in school. And even while if you're wish hunt, would you want to also not transfer what you experience to somebody else? That's wickedness.
But there are people
wickedness
who are just
naturally
wicked.
Perhaps, but everybody cannot be wicked.
But do you know that like I always want to draw everything back to the home, where we come from. Now, for example, I don't know if maybe for those that attended the boarding school, do you realize that in the boarding school, when you are a junior, you are praying to become a senior?
Just so you have the privilege to also oppress
people.
All right, we'll have to go on this break now. I know you have a whole lot to say in that regard, but we'll have to go on this very important break, and when we return, the program continues. Please stay tuned.
ITV.
Hello.
Guys, what's up? We never hear about you now.
ITV, certainly the best.
Top on the list of the initiates was the eldest son of the Esama of Benin and former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakare Igbenedion. 11 of his siblings, namely Bright Ayamekwe Igbenedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Igbenedion, Peter Osawari Igbenedion, Dr. Fred Osanwi Igbenedion, Barrister Mike Osare Igbenedion, Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Ukbonwa Enes Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, Agbon Steve Igbenedion, as well as the Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Ugbeide Nwonse. "50 notable sons of Okada were also initiated. According to tradition and customs, those initiated, dressed in white traditional attire, were made to undergo some rituals, while the Odionwe pronounces blessings on them and assisted them to take a seat with the elders.
'Well, it's great to know you're still there, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Flipside on Independent Television, and we're taking a look at upholding moral and academic standards in our ivory tower. Now, before we went on that break, Favor was, trying to give us, a picture of what happens in our boarding schools.
Yeah. Yes, just like I was saying, you realize that as a junior, you're doing everything possible. You cannot even wait to become a senior. This is not because you want to go and read more books. This is not because you want to wear finer uniforms. Just because you want to have the opportunity to intimidate and
oppress. Just the same way you were probably intimidated.
Yes. So it's a chain of institutionalized problem. Now, why did I just make reference to this? Now, you were talking about the lecturers and how they threaten students and thereabout. Now, see another scenario. In Nigeria sports, so to speak, a coach is mobilized to take the team for Nations Cup, World Cup, and if the coach does not perform, what do we get to see most times? He's fired. Or he resigns, right? And everybody's happy. Oh, thank you for coming, God bless you, go, we want someone else. And that's how you see in previous times coaches have been changed now here and then, right? Now, what becomes the situation in these institutions of learning where we know a lecturer has not performed? Okay, we judge the performance of the coach by the performance of the players, right? And the results and how they win and how they lose. But why is it different when it comes to the institutions of learning?
Students are supposed to be, lecturers are supposed to be rated based on the performances
of the students, right? But when we see that there's mass failure, as they call it, in a particular course that is supposed to be handled by a particular lecturer, does the school do anything about it? No. Is anybody sanctioned for this? No. Does anybody answer to anybody? No. In fact, it is even celebrated by other lecturers, and other lecturers may even be making reference to say, you see that course, if you are not careful, you will fail like those students. and everybody's, scared and everybody's afraid.
Are there any particular measures you think the school can take?
I think part of what they need to do is that they need to have an effective feedback mechanism. I know they will say they have Servicon. It's not about Servicon. Part of what I feel they need to inculcate now or introduce now to schools is that they will have, at the end of perhaps every semester, they should have a way where students give feedback about the performance of their lecture.
They're not border students.
No, hold on. What I mean, it could be they could just ask, what I mean, that could also be as a way of also,
is it realistic?
No. It is.
There's only a feedback. There's only a feedback. I wrote exam and I didn't.
What I mean,
like we generally know.
No, what I mean is this. Yeah. At the end of the semester, let's assume now you are my HOD, you are my lecturer, I'm the student. You've taught me, I've been taught for this semester, and the semester is winding up, or it has winded up. They've rounded up the semester. The university send me a feedback evaluation form to ascertain the feedback of what that semester looks like academically. Okay, what were the courses you took? How will you rate these courses? On a scale of 1 to 10, then you get the average. Was the lecturer...
You also get to rate the lecturers.
Yes, now, was the lecturer effective? Yes, or was that? Then from there, you collate this feedback.
I think what Favor is saying, sorry to interrupt, I think what Favor is saying in a nutshell, boils down to the question, do the students have the guts, have the nerve to rate their lecturers, knowing very well that they are still at the mercies of those lecturers.
There's a way we should stop always looking at the negative side. Hold on. We want to see how we can implement a change now.
Okay. Now you are being idealistic.
Yeah, of course. We should stop looking at from my own point of view, I'm also being realistic because
realistically speaking, do you know in the system?
Now, you're getting this feedback. It's not because you want to insult anybody.
Okay.
It's at the end of that assessment. The department cannot have an appraiser to say, from the feedback we got, the best lecturer for this semester goes to this person.
Okay. You're saying that the result will not be communicated back.
Of course you will not. Okay. You now use a form of an appraiser to say, okay, there's this fall short from this angle. Please, we feel this department or these courses need to be reevaluated or need to be reviewed.
What if such appraisals leak? Isn't that possible?
We should be able to. I think from what we are having, from the conversation or the feedback I'm getting is that we are at a point where we feel we don't even trust the system.
That's the thing.
But we don't trust the system.
Sometimes we should be able to see. Let's give it a try and let it fail. They will not say
it has failed.
I
failed. You are in the system, and you are.
I am looking at. We should think about innovative ideas to see how.
Point of view. But Favor, let's look at your concerns. What exactly are your fears?
My fear is, you do that, your name is tagged, you are profiled, and you are dealt with. Do you know that in Nigeria, most institutions of learning, no lecturers have successfully been driven away? Go and check.
Driven away as in expelled?
Expelled. They go for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and in 5 years they are back into the system. Go and check. Go and check. So what happens to the period when this person returns back to the system?
What happened to whoever it was that was
that was a whistleblower.
Yeah, a whistleblower.
In Nigeria, whistleblowers are not safe.
So it's not just within the ivory tower.
No, it's an institutional problem.
My brother, my friend, we are not talking about. We are not talking about. Hold on. Look at what we are looking at. Now we are looking at how we can enhance our higher institutions in this country. How we can bring it to world-class standard. For instance, if we must compete globally, we must start bringing in initiative that resonates at the global level. Not always looking at. But some private schools in Nigeria are actually doing it as working. Why is if private school universities are doing it and it's working? How come we cannot now replicate same in our own public universities?
In fact, I think he just
let him respond to that.
I think he just answered the question we've been answering now, which is I said initially that the problem is what? Poverty.
Okay.
Now, do you know what it takes for you to train your child in a private university? So and look at the statistics of the kind of people in private universities.
Because it's common knowledge that private universities are more expensive than...
They are more expensive. So I cannot have paid that amount of money for my ward or my child, and you're telling me what you're telling me about my child. You can't even say it is the poor that gets to face all of these vices.
But in all honesty,
and the poor gets to use the poor.
In all honesty, in private universities, because of some of the school fees they pay, you see management of those schools are very careful on how they handle this students, even when they are misbehaving, compared to public universities. Let's be realistic here.
We are
hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on. No, hold on, sir.
Just like in the animal farm.
Yes, of course. But some are more equal than that. So in that case, if you are not saying that because of poverty, we agree. Of course, everybody. No, there's nobody that is not poor. Everybody is poor. You can actually be wealthy and you can be mentally poor. Okay. There are different forms of poverty.
So poverty is not just...
It's not just you not be able to provide the basic amenities for yourself. Now, what am I trying to say is, we must start thinking aright to say, this thing is possible. Even when we believe that there are some factors that limit it from happening. Let's first of all give it a try and see. You might not necessarily start with the entire public institution. We can pick any institutions in Nigeria and now say, okay, let's start with the department. From the feedback we get from this department, let's see how can I use this evaluation or this feedback we get to see how can I improve. Subsequent semester or subsequent section, from that feedback, we will now reevaluate. Last section, we got this feedback. And at the end of it, when we did the appraisal and we did management meeting, this is what we came up with. We were able to charge the staff to see how can I improve on this. And we have been able to implement observations or feedback from what we got from last semester in this semester and this new section. And let's see. At the end of this section, you cannot evaluate, you cannot do the evaluation of this section I just ended and the previous section to see if there was any change.
I am particularly concerned about the well-being of the students in question. Okay, we're talking about appraisal.
Nobody will victimize anybody. I just believe
it is not true.
That's the thing.
It is not true. It is not true.
It's easier said than done.
As far as we are talking about the public sector, where the federal government is in charge, it is not true. This is only practicable when we are talking about the private.
I try not to think like an average Nigerian.
We can decide.
I try not to think.
You see why I said we are pretending to be what?
I think this is, if you ask me, I think this is a case of idealism versus realism, right?
The ideal is not possible.
But change is possible
given the realities on ground.
Yes, the only reality that I see, that I know, is the fact. Okay, do you know that it is still the same lecturers from the public university that still goes to the private universities to teach?
So it's like a spillover.
So if I in university XYZ owned by the federal government, I'm wicked, I'm mean, I'm desperate, I'm vile, but when it comes to university PSY, which is private, I'm good, I'm reasonable, I'm nice. What changed in between? And you see why when
something must have gone wrong.
There's a standard.
You see what?
That the moment you enter into that system, you must conform to that standard.
So you see why? That's why I said it is a systemic problem.
Okay.
So in this system, the ideal is not obtainable.
So in other words, you're saying that the system needs to be overhauled.
Totally.
All right.
But it is not possible.
Why is it not possible?
Okay, like I said, it's a case of idealism versus realism. But you see, we'll examine that more thoroughly right after this break. Please stay tuned.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
bully we're talking
That's
about.
what I said.
So
So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
now, if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
People barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something. You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them up or dragging on both sides, you cannot breathe. And these women would stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
It's not healthy.
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels, and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.
All right, welcome back. It's still Flipside on Independent Television, and this right here is the final lap of the show. Now, let's take a look at the incessant disruptions of the academic calendar, occasioned by situations such as strikes, demonstrations, and the rest of them. Okay, so what do you think? What strategies do you think the system, the university system, can put in place to mitigate against such unfortunate occurrences? Favor.
I don't think there's much the universities can do, because they are the ones clamoring.
Okay, so they are more like the victims.
They are the victims.
Okay.
So let those in charge, the government that are supposed to be responsible, do what they need to do. All they ask for is fund us more efficiently, fund us more properly. So,
but do you think the university or the ivory tower can be funded enough? Can ever be funded enough?
Yes.
Because this issue of clamors for adequate funding and the rest of them seems not to be coming to an end anytime soon.
Because it's deliberate. Because it's deliberate. Like I said, we are a state pretending to be asleep. And so, like I said a while ago, every single thing you see in the society is a reflection of the schools.
Okay.
So if the system wants it to work, if the country wants to work, the schools has to work. So when the schools work, it will reflect in the general society. And it, like I said, it's deliberate. If we have people who can think for themselves properly available today, do you think there will be more vices? If we have people who can critically analyze situation and make better decisions, do you think we'll have issues that we expand and magnify on every day? No. That's why you see the system is made to not work, because when it's time for elections, there needs to be tools to be used. So as a farmer, when it's time to work and you don't have your tools available, what would you do? You'll not be happy. What happens to your farm? Now the tools here are the people, the so-called graduates who are actually not graduates.
The personnel
from these schools.
Okay.
How do you explain a situation where a scientist, so to speak, has graduated, and that scientist doesn't even know what science actually even means? But let me expand it more for you. A mechanical engineer still takes his vehicle to a mechanic at the roadside and is still asking, "What is spoil for my motor?"
So what happened to his own expertise as a
5 years, then additional 1 year for NYSC and some other few practical years and IT and the rest. Then there's a point where you have to do coring and all of those things, and you are still taking your vehicle. Just small troubleshooting. You can't even do that. I'm not saying overhaul the engine, just troubleshoot. And then you see this happening.
To identify the problems.
We have a system that has trained a lot of therapists, social workers here and there, yet people still find themselves in church seeking for help.
You see this rope you are trying to draw, my brother. You have to.
It's a rope of reality.
No, because for me, I feel that
government have a lot of role to play. Our educational system actually, they are not properly funded. They're underfunded.
Okay. So
and when it comes to research,
I think you guys are on the same page.
When it comes to research, how much are they actually earmarking for research? There are some research grants when it comes to Western. When you see somebody, just an individual, getting over $1 million grant for research from an institution, you see people having hundreds of thousands of dollars grants. How much are we giving for grants? For research as grants in this.
But what have they also done with the little that?
No. Hold on, sir. You know, research is very expensive.
All right, guys.
He was faithful about this, will be faithful about.
Now, for the sake of time, okay, I think we're actually pressed for time right now. So, as we begin to wrap up, what are your final words as regards the steps that can be taken to make our ivory tower more worthy of its name, so to speak?
I think some of the things that need to be done is that we of course, our institutions are open to collaboration, but I feel they need to be open more to more collaborations. Then I feel it's also time that they need to keep doing training and retraining.
Okay.
And they also need to partner. Because you cannot do everything on your own. You need to also partner with institutions that have similar visions with like yours, for exchange programs, so that your lecturers can also go there and see what it is to have this experience. And when they've been able to go there, of course, their orientation will over time will change.
All right.
And they'll be bringing whatever they've been able to see back to home. And
thank you so much, in favor in less than 30 seconds. Thank you.
I feel employment should not be based on hunger.
Okay.
A lot of persons are employed because they are hungry, they need a job. Let me just...
You seem to be really passionate about this hunger thing.
Yes, because it's true, everybody's hungry. I'm hungry. So when we start recruiting based on merit and standard and excellence, competence, then we can start the direction to where we want to go.
Thank
For
you.
now, we are lost.
Thank you so much. I hope we find ourselves, okay, because we can't afford to stay lost. But thank you so much, gentlemen, for doing me the honor of being on the show with me today. We've been taking a look at upholding academic and moral standards in our ivory tower. And of course, I've had two amazing gentlemen, Favor Sadzi and Ebere Chukwu, doing justice to this discourse with me. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, the show has been Flipside on Independence Television. I want to say a big thank you to you out there for making it possible for us to do this once again. Well, the higher institution, or the ivory tower, is a very prestigious institution, and you know, what we put into it is what it will produce. Okay, so it is not just the responsibility of the the system or the lecturers. It is also the responsibility of the government of the day to ensure that it's up to its right standard. That way, it can keep bringing out the right personnel that will lead the society to El Dorado. Well, once again, a big thank you to you guys for being on the show with me. My name is Harry Aigboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you.
Top on the list of the initiates was the eldest son of the Esama of Benin and former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakare Igbenedion. 11 of his siblings, namely Bright Ayamekwe Igbenedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Igbenedion, Peter Osawari Igbenedion, Dr. Fred Osanwi Igbenedion, Barrister Mike Osarene Igbenedion, Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Upoma Enes Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, Agbon Steve Igbenedion, as well as the Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Ugbeide Nwonse. It was a vital aspect of Okada community's cultural heritage, which emphasized the significance of age, responsibility, and community service. Over 50 notable sons of Okada were also initiated. According to tradition and customs, those initiated, dressed in white traditional attire, were made to undergo some rituals, while the Odionwe pronounces blessings on them and assisted them to take a seat with the elders.
Certainly the best.
It's sure always an exciting time to have you join us on the program Heritage with yours sincerely, Oloije Oikokai. Today on Heritage, we'll be taking a trip down to Zimbabwe to go see what they have for us in the Mbende dance. Now, this is a special dance that has been done during festive period. Yes. Now, as of 2024, Zimbabwe had a total population of 16.63 million people. So today on Heritage, we'll be seeing all they have for us today and letting you know that all we do on Heritage is getting you closer to your culture and tradition. Don't go nowhere.
This dance steps is popular among the people of Zimbabwe, and the dance is a traditional aerobatic and sensual dance of the Ziruru Shona people of eastern Zimbabwe, particularly in the Mumewe and Zumba Maramba Pugwe districts. The dance is characterized by rhythmic drumming and movements that mimic a burrowing mode, and it accepts the pressure of colonialism through its cultural importance and recognition. The Mbenden dance is interesting due to its energetic and aerobatic movements, its unique nature, and its cultural significance in Zimbabwe. It represented fertility and sexuality. The dance feature rhythmic movements performed by men and women in unison. The dance is propelled by single master drummer with accompaniments from men playing woodblock, hand clapping and whistling. It has been used to document ancient war tactic and the struggle against colonial rule, as authority wants banned them from being to rebellion and pride given to men.
Okay, a trip down to Zimbabwe was sure worthwhile. Now you have learned one or two things about Zimbabwean. Now the population, like I did say earlier, at 2024 was 16.63 million people. Now it's all about culture and tradition, getting you closer. That is what we know how to do best. So we'll be seeing you again next week for another exciting time on Heritage. All the way from Zimbabwe, we'll say to have yourself a blessed day. Bye for now.
Certainly the best.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain, which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about
what I said. So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
people barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something.
Party.
You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them up or dragging on both sides, you cannot you cannot breathe. And these women will stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.
Certainly the best.
Ota